Welcome guys, welcome students. Hope you're all healthy and fine. So in the previous lectures, we have learned about the atoms and molecules. We have learned atomicity. So today we are going to learn the difference between valency and valence electron, and also we will write some chemical formulae. So let us start. First we will differentiate between valency and valence electron. For example, let us do some examples like chlorine. Let's give the heading first of all. So heading is valence electron and valency. What is valence electron? For example, chlorine. Chlorine atomic number is 17. So if I draw the electron dot structure 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 2, 8, 7. If I draw nitrogen, that is 7, the structure will be 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. If I draw sodium, that is 11, 2, 8, 1. This is 2, 5. So this will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it will have 1. So what is valency and what is valence electron? In case of all these three, we know that metals are electropositive elements that have a tendency to lose 1, 2 and 3 electrons, whereas non-metals are electronegative elements that have a tendency to gain 1, 2 and 3 electrons. So here sodium is an electropositive element. It has a tendency, it can lose 1 electron, whereas nitrogen and chlorine, they are non-metals and they have a tendency to gain electrons. So if nitrogen gains 3 electrons, because it has 5, so if it gains 3, it will acquire the nearest noble gas configuration. Whereas if chlorine gets 1 electron, it will acquire the nearest noble gas configuration of argon. So it has a tendency to gain 1 electron. It has a tendency of gaining 3 electrons, and it has a tendency to lose 1 electron. So if we say valency in simple language is the combining capacity of an element. Or in other words, we say the number of electrons species can lose or gain is the valency. So if we say what is the valency of a sodium? So what is the valency? Because sodium can lose 1 electron, its valency is 1. Okay. Another is simple way to understand is this. If there are 1, 2 and 3 number of electrons present in the outermost shell, then that is also known as that also determines the valency of that particular element. So sodium has 1 electron in the outermost shell. It can lose 1 electron, and thus the valency of sodium is 1. Similarly, nitrogen has the ability to gain 3 electrons. Nitrogen tends to have 3 electrons and form N3 minus, and it has the valency of 3. We have learned it in the junior classes. Whenever the number of electrons exceed more than 3, then what we do? If the number of electrons in the outermost shell exceeds 4, then we find the valency by subtracting it from 8. So here it is having 5. So 8 minus 5, that is equal to 3. For chlorine, it has 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So 8 minus 7, that is 1. So in both the ways we can understand what is valency. Valency is the number of electrons a species can lose or gain. Or in other terms, okay. So this is the valency. But what is valence electron? So the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. Here, how many valence electrons are present in the outermost shell of chlorine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In nitrogen, it has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In sodium, it has only 1. So the number of electrons present in the outermost shell is known as the valence electron. Whereas valency is the combining capacity of an element. Okay, so this is valence electron and valency. We have already discussed the atomicity already. Okay, now we will do some chemical formulas. So before that we have discussed cations and anions. One revision will proceed. I'll teach you, and then we can write on the chemical formulas. So let us do that. We already know that the cations are electropositive elements, cations which can lose electron to form positive charges like Na+, Mg2+, Ca2+, Ka+, all these. So we categorize it as monovalent, bivalent and trivalent, right? So I am writing cations here. Some only we will write cations and anions. Monovalent, bivalent or divalent, and then trivalent. So sodium can lose 1, so it will form Na+. Potassium can lose, so K+. Copper can lose 1, so it can show 2 actually, copper 1+ and copper 2+. Name is known as cuprous. Then Li+, all these have the ability to lose 1 electron, that is why they are forming 1+. If we say bivalent, then we have Ca2+, Mg2+, magnesium and calcium. Then we have Zn2+, we have Fe2+. Iron can form Fe2+ also, it can form Fe3+. The one having the higher oxidation state is known as ferric, and the one having lower one is known as the cuprous. Like ferrous, for the smaller one, Fe2+ is ferrous and Fe3+ is ferric. Alright, so copper is also having tendency to form Cu2+ and Cu+. Some elements can have variable valencies. For example, iron can have 2 Fe2+, Fe3+. Copper can have +1 and +2. Gold can have +2. So zinc can show +2. Alright. So this will be Al3+, then Ag, Au2+, Ag+. So these all are the monovalent, trivalent and bivalent cations which have a tendency to lose electrons. Whereas if we talk about anions, we have I-, Br-, Cl-, F-. Okay, we have O2-, S2-. Alright, so these are the negative ones. Then we have NO3-, CO3 2-, SO4 2-. Alright, and if we talk about trivalent, then we have N3-, P3-, PO4 3-. Okay, so these are bivalent, trivalent and monovalent anions. Now we will write the chemical formulas of these ions with these ions. Now how to write the formula, the chemical formula of this molecular compounds? First we will learn the basic one and then we will do the ionic one. So in between you can take the screenshots also. Okay, let us write the simple chemical formula. For example, if you want to write the formula of say ammonia. How to write chemical formula? What's simple? example, ammonia. How do we get ammonia? So the first step is to write, suppose I have written ammonia, okay? Because I know, that is why I have written the formula. You should know the symbols. So first step is to write the symbols of the element. So ammonia contains nitrogen and hydrogen. So first of all, we write the symbol of the element. Nitrogen stands for N and hydrogen H. Okay. And the second step is to write the valency. Now nitrogen is 7, so its valency will be, in the last shell it has 5, so valency is 3. 8 minus 5, 3. So valency is 3, whereas valency of hydrogen is 1. Okay. And the third step, what we do, we crisscross. So when we crisscross, what we get N1H3. Because we have 1, so we neglect 1, or we simply write NH3. That is the formula of ammonia. Very simple, no problem. Now suppose I have to write hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride. Okay, hydrogen is H, chloride is Cl. Now I have written chloride. So Cl is -1, hydrogen is +1. So we crisscross, we get HCl. Because we are writing chemical formulas, we don't include the positive or negative sign. So for simple formulas like this, we write. Now suppose if I have to write carbon dioxide. So carbon and oxygen. Okay. So oxygen, carbon is 4, oxygen is 2. We crisscross, what we get? We get C2O4. But you will say this is not the formula, miss. So what we do? We divide it with the same ratio. So 2 and 2. So when we divide, we get CO2. This is carbon dioxide. So this is how we write the simple formulas. You can take the screenshot. Next, we will see carbon tetrachloride. Carbon and chlorine. So valency of carbon is 4, chlorine is 1. So when we crisscross, we get C1Cl4. That is CCl4. Carbon tetrachloride. Okay, we will talk about the speciality of carbon in class 10th. So you can take the screenshot. We will move on to some ionic compounds. For ionic compounds, we write the valency. And for ionic compounds, what is the valency? The number of electrons that they lose or gain determines their valency. For example, if I am talking the most common one, that is NaCl, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. So what is the symbol of sodium? Na. What is chloride? I am saying ide. That means I am talking about the anion. So sodium, it can lose 1 electron, so valency is +1. Chlorine can gain 1, so it is -1. So when we crisscross, what we get? We get NaCl. That is sodium chloride. Another example is magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride. So what is the symbol of magnesium? It is Mg, and chloride is again Cl. Magnesium can lose 2 electrons, so it will have +2 charge, and Cl is having -1 charge. If we crisscross, we get MgCl2. Next is calcium chloride. Calcium chloride. So what is calcium? The Ca, chloride is again Cl. Calcium can lose 2 electrons, so it will have +2 valency. Cl is -1. Crisscross, we get CaCl2. As I told you, when we are writing the formulas, we don't mention positive or negative sign. Then again, if you want to write KCl, potassium chloride. Potassium is K and chlorine chloride is Cl. So potassium can lose +1, one electron and Cl can gain one electron. So crisscross we get KCl. Similarly, potassium bromide. Potassium is K, bromide is Br. This is +1, this is -1. Crisscross we'll get KBr. Alright, so this is how we are going to write the ionic compounds. Next, there are some polyatomic ions that we have discussed previously. So ions, a group of ions, for example like sulfate, carbonate, all these. So we'll see that also. You can take this screenshot, okay, or you can simply note it down. So for polyatomic ions, now when we discuss polyatomic ions, I have told you like sulfate SO4 2 minus, phosphate PO4 3 minus, then we have CO3 2 minus, carbonate we have dichromate Cr2O7 and so on. So if you want to write the formulas for some polyatomic ions, like suppose I have to write calcium sulfate, calcium phosphate, or aluminium sulfate, aluminium phosphate, how we will write? So calcium sulfate, calcium sulfate. We know calcium is Ca and sulfate is SO4. What is the charge on sulfate? Sulfate is 2 minus and calcium is +2. When we crisscross, we get CaSO4. Then calcium phosphate. So I am writing here calcium is again Ca +2 and phosphate is PO4, and you can see the charge that is 3 minus. So when you crisscross, what we get? We get Ca, this is 3, and phosphate is PO4 whole 2. This is calcium phosphate. Aluminium sulfate. Aluminium is +3 because it can lose 3 electrons. Phosphate is aluminium phosphate PO4 3 minus. So when you crisscross, we get AlPO4. Right? Because 3 will be cancelled. Then if I want to write aluminium sulfate, SO4, this is -2. So what we get? We get Al2SO4 whole 3. We want to write potassium dichromate. So potassium is K, dichromate is Cr2O7, and this is having -2, this is having +1. So when we crisscross, what we get? We get K2Cr2O7. Okay, we have to write hydrogen carbonate, or if we want to write calcium carbonate. So calcium is +2, carbonate is CO3 2 minus. We crisscross, we get CaCO3, calcium carbonate. So this is how we are going to write the chemical formulas of the polyatomic ions. Then we can write more. Calcium for barium sulfate, if we want to write barium is +2 and sulfate is SO4 2 minus. So if we crisscross, we get BaSO4. So this is how we write the chemical formulas of simple ionic and polyatomic ions. Okay, so in the next class we will I hope this much is clear to you. In the next class we will discuss the molecular mass and formula mass, and we will do some questions on it. Alright, if you like my lecture, kindly like and subscribe it. Thank you.